Akadosh, Boker Or, Bekiim Bahalacha 3, day 72, page 150. Yeah, Siman, this is now a new Siman, Siman Yodalid. This is talking about now putting the tzitziot babegel lishma. Yeah, that you're doing it lishma for the name of the sake of the mitzvah of sisit. So it says halacha aleph, yesh latil chutei tzitzit babegel atalit leshem mitzvat sisit. Meaning you're doing it for the mitzvah of sisit. So that's what when you're putting it in, you have to make sure that's what you're doing. Not only just the kshira, which means the tying of the knots, meaning even when I'm putting it inside. One more time, you have the hole, right? The little hole, and you're putting in the strings into the hole. Even the putting in the strings into the hole should be l'shem mitzvat sisit. ולכן כל אנשי ידחוף הסיסית לתוך נקב הכנף, צריך שיוצא ביצותה בפירוש, שתוללו הסיסיות לשם מצוות ציצית. Yeah, so therefore you come and you say לשם מצוות ציצית and you put it inside. Once you put it inside, you continue going. You do the knots and you do everything else. So let's see number 177. Where's 177? I don't know where the 177 is. See, he says like this. Rashi and Rabbeinu Asher. Yeah, Rashi and Rabbeinu Asher hold rule that the Jew attaching tzitzit to the yeah, okay. Rashi, it says like this. According to the Rambam, if a non-Jew attached tzitzit to a talit, they would be invalid for the mitzvah. So it's not kosher. If a Jew attaches a tzitzit, they are kosher even if the Jew had no particular intentions when attaching them. Maran wrote in the Betzah that these rules apply to the act of attaching the tzitzit strands to the talit. The act of spinning the thread must be performed l'shem mitzvah, right? L'shem mitzvah tzitzit. Maran explained that the Gemara is talking about if a non-Jew attaches the tzitziot, they are invalid. But the Rambam deduces from this that as long as the Jew makes them, they are kosher whether he had the intentions or not. Rashi and the Rosh, however, ruled that the Jew attaching the tzitzit also have to have the intention of having it for Lishma. So therefore, he says halacha invalidating tzitzit, right, tassels attached by a non-Jew, tells us that even if a Jew stands over the non-Jew and instructs him to have proper intentions, they're invalid. Meaning, which means that the Jew is on top. Hey, telling him they're doing it doesn't help. The Mishnah Berurah declared from the Bet said that according to the Rambam, that tzitzit are kosher even if the Jew attaching them intended specifically for them not to be for a mitzvah. The response of Mishkanot Yaakov ruled that the tzitzit would be invalid in such a case, even according to the Rambam. In practice, Maran concluded that we must follow the stringent opinion of the Rashi and the Rosh, and nevertheless, that means basically even if a Jew does it, it still has to be lishma. But if someone has nothing but a talit with tzitzit that were done without the intention, he could still rely upon the Rambam and wear it. The Shulchan Aruch, he added that in such a case, the person should not make a bracha. So b'diavad, if a person has no other tzitzit, put it on, but b'li bracha. Because again, you have the Rambam. The Rambam said that as long as the Jew put it in, it's kosher. He didn't think l'shem mitzvah tzitzit, doesn't matter, it's still kosher. But again, Maran Pascal like Rashi in the Rosh, to be machmir, that you need to do it. That means even a Jew coming, l'shem mitzvah sisit. Fine. 177. Okay, the Mishnah Berurah. The Mishnah Berurah deduced from the Betu said that one must have an intention for the mitzvah when threading the strands through the holes in the talit's corners. He strengthened his position with proof from the Tosafot. See below in Halacha 5 for the rule regarding someone who forgot to do it until he already threaded the strands through the hole. What happens if a person already forgot and then he already put it inside? Want to tell me? So now he says like this. He says it's not necessary to repeat this declaration when attaching, right, the subsequent tassels to the other corners. One declaration suffices for all the corners, but it's best that the person to declare it when he begins it intends to make the tassels for the sake of mitzvah. So to make it kacha, you don't have to say, כן, אינו צריך להגיד לשם מצוות ציצית, קודם כל אחד, הוא אומר. לא, אתה אומר לשם מצוות ציצית, on the first corner, and then that's it, and then you continue, the second corner, third corner, fourth corner, אתה לא צריך על כל אחד ואחד לשם מצוות ציצית, לשים, לשם מצוות ציצית, לשים, no, לשם מצוות ציצית on one talit, and you continue. Obviously, we're not talking about that you're doing it at a different time, you're doing it at the same time. Okay, 179. The Mishnah Berurah explained that as long as a person declared his intentions to attach the tzitziot for the sake of the mitzvah when making the first tassel, the tzitzit are kosher even if he made the other ones without any particular intentions. His original intentions carry on through the rest of his actions, and he may even recite the blessing over his talit. Although the act of attaching the subsequent tassels is not part of the act attaching the first one, his declared intentions nevertheless carry over to them. This is similar to the rule of the Talmud, that if someone slaughtered a korban with the proper intentions and then collected the blood without any specific intentions, his original intention counts as the second one as well. So to minute, hayelecha kavana l'shem mitzvah, and then kavana stam, without any intention. So we say the previous kavana for shem mitzvah carries on to the next one. So he says, even if we wish to view all four stages of the korban offering as one mitzvah, at the end of the day, whether it's going to be the shchita, the zrika, the kabbalah, the zrika, holacha, all those stages, technically, I want to look at them as one mitzvah. He says we would admit, right, that the act of attaching the four tzitziot for sure is one mitzvah. Meaning, even though you're there, you're going to say, listen, maybe it's not the same mitzvah, because shchita could be done even by a zan. The kabbalah has to be done by a kohen. But then you have the kabbalah. Remember, you have shchita, kabbalah, holacha, and zrika. Right? Those are the four stages by the accepting of the blood and sprinkling the blood on the mizbeach. But he says over here, for sure, though, the four corners are for sure considered one mitzvah. Mishabura, the conclusion is that it's best to declare at the start that one is about to attach all of them for the sake of the mitzvah. See his words in Siman, Yudalid, Mishnah Brura, Chet. Okay? Halacha, Bet. The best thing to say is as follows. הריני מוכן להטיל ציציות בבן כמות הבגד הזה כמו שציוונו השם אלוקינו בתורתו ועשו להם ציצית כמו בבגדיהם ונאמר אם תעשה לך על רבן כבוד כזותך שתכסה בה ויהי רצון בפניך השם כבודתנו שכשם שאנחנו מקיימים מצווה זו בחוטי לבן כך תזכנו לקיים אותה כתיקונה בחוטי תכלת כתוב בתורה ונדון על זה כדי הבנה בתכלת right? That is the Ben Ish Chai, which means that there's a special Shem Yichud to say before you're going to come and start doing these tzitziyot. There's nothing there. Next. I don't know if the Ashkenazim say it, but this is the Ben Ish Chai. Yeah? Again, it's not obligated. It's tov lomar. It's good to say. כל אדם יזהר שלא לסמוך בתליית החוטים ותיקונם אלא על אדם ירא שמיים. הוא מוחזק בכשרות, הוא בקיא, ויודע לכוון לשם מצווה, ולעשות כל הדברים כתיקונם. So every single person, everyone should make sure that the person that's attaching the tzitziot to the talit is a knowledgeable, God-fearing person who will have the proper intentions for the sake of the mitzvah and will tie them in the proper manner. So, Tomelet, when you're paying for the hashkacha, right? Think about it. You're paying not only just for the work, you're paying for the yirat shamayim, which is going into it. Because you could buy the beged for a certain price and the tzitziot for another price. And then all of a sudden, when you buy them together, it's much more expensive. Now you come and say, hey, why is it so expensive? The reason why is because you're paying for the hashkacha to make sure that it's a person that has yirat shamayim that is making sure that he's doing all the, how do you call these things? All the things. Well, again, that's why there's hashkacha, right? You're paying the hashkacha to make sure that it's actually going to be a God-fearing person.